Hi, I'd like to talk about how AI has changed the job search process. That is what we're going to be talking about today. And my name is Judy Collins, and this is Just Ask Judy. And we're going to be talking about how AI has completely changed the job search process. And to help me is my longtime friend and business owner, Henry Glickel. Henry is an executive recruiter, and he's the owner of Sales Recruiters, Inc. So, Henry, thank you for being here and talking with me. And I know that you have been recruiting and placing people in jobs for a long time. Can you please help me understand how AI has really completely changed that process?
Sure. First of all, I want to go back to last week. Last week was a blast. It was our first session, and I posted it up, and it just got a great play and some really good response. So if you missed that, I strongly recommend just going back and watching it. I think you'll find it to be very interesting and informative, especially if you're a recruiter. So, and I'm really surprised I made it back to week number two that Judy didn't cut me off. So I'm
No.
glad I made it past the first cut. So thank you, Judy. Appreciate it. But yep, AI AI's changing a lot, and it's changing the way we do business as recruiters. And sorry about that. That'll just go to. But I think AI has lowered the barrier to apply for a job, and that's not necessarily good or bad, but it's just an observation. And AI is basically it changes how easy it is to apply for a job. It's not only just hit. It used to be just hitting a button to apply. I mean, it used to be you had to mail your resume, cover letter. Then it was you can upload your resume to a job. Then it was you hit a button to apply to a job, and then you get a button to apply to every job. And now it's even further that it says AI is allowing you to create or candidates to create a resume that's specific to the job. So all the candidates who are using AI is creating a resume of a candidate, and I wouldn't say embellishing, but certainly is portraying the candidate to be a little closer to the spec of the job than they may. But what has that done? Allows resumes to be written instantly, not even by humans, but by whether it's Chat GTP or thousands of the other tools that are out there. Applications be customized in seconds, and cover letters and outreach messages are kind of almost auto generated. The company and the role research is immediate. You can just hit a button and it'll say, "Tell me everything I need to know about this job and this company." And I think AI has led to massive application volume, but not necessarily better candidates.
Well, it seems like, there could be so many resumes going out. I mean, it's probably bogging down the HR and hiring manager, their emails. They're probably just drowning and not really knowing what is good, what is real, who they can trust. Has the resume quality increased, or is it just more work?
That's a tough question. Let me tell you what I do now. And AI has improved the ability to format, keyword alignment, and adjustment, and professional language. But it's also masked gaps in experience, inflated responsibilities of an individual, and it's made resumes all look the same. I have noticed some very AI generated resumes. They for a certain job that I was recruiting for, and I posted on my LinkedIn post and my social media post. I got 20 resumes. 10 of them I could tell were AI generated because they all looked like they took my job listing or promotion that I put out. It wasn't even the job post. It wasn't even the job listing or description. It was a listing. And that literally they all looked 20 of the 10 of the 20, about 10 of the 20 resumes all looked the same. Just the names were different. Keywords were there, all the same. And in reality, you're beginning to see an AI generated resume. You can almost detect it right away. Recruiters can, let me finish this topic on that. Recruiters can no longer rely on resume. I'm sorry. Recruiters can't just rely on resumes alone to assess capabilities. That's it used to be you review the resume and you determine whether you do have the capabilities. Now you can't do that.
Well, has the candidate commitment changed? Or are they just ghosting or just not showing up for the real interviews or the follow-up interviews? Where are they on the commitment? If it's so easy just to submit a resume, um, what are you seeing from the applicants?
Interesting. Number one, because applying has become so easy, candidates can just broadly apply with less intent. Ghosting's increased, interview no shows are more common, and offer stage drop offs happen faster. And the reason being is there is no connection. There's no, you haven't heard the intent in their voice. You haven't heard those words of commitment. And you haven't developed the connection that you really have or want with the person. So
Yes,
basically, AI, in summary, AI has reduced the friction, but it's also reduced the emotional commitment or investment by the candidate and the recruiter.
I've always, when I have trained anyone, it's like call somebody, hear their voice. Then you can really understand the person so much better than just maybe just seeing a resume, something in writing that maybe the person has created or not. So I know that speed has always played an important role. I mean, it's making sure that the resume gets out quickly, that it gets to the hiring manager. So, how is AI really helped with that factor?
That's a really good question. Another really good question and observation. AI has compressed the timelines. The candidates can apply faster. Good candidates, however, disengage faster, and the slow process loses talent. Recruiters must move faster than ever to compete. And also, hiring authorities at companies, they got to move faster to compete. There's an old saying, time kills all deals. Just a delay in time can kill deals now.
So, how is the recruiter that role changing with AI if a candidate can go on and submit so many resumes all at the same time?
Recruiters got to realize they're no longer resume gatekeepers. Now we we interpret signals. We're signal interpreters. From the conversations, we're determining intent, dedication, interest, and commitment. Also, we look for motivation validators. They say, "Oh, I've done this, and I want this, and this is my motivation." But you got to listen to it in their voice. We've become advisors to clients navigating in a very noisy pipeline. AI didn't replace recruiters, but it's forced the recruiters to elevate their expertise and their value.
Yes. It's raised the bar, I think, and that's
Yeah.
good to hear. And that's good to hear that recruiters are just they're needed now, I think, more than ever, really to get down and find out the details on these resumes that are coming in and really helping their clients. So, yeah,
Yeah.
how are recruiters dealing with all that demand?
Recruiters are moving, and they have to in this new demand. AI hasn't changed what the candidates want from the job. but it's changed how quickly and easily they can pursue opportunities. For recruiters, this means more application, more applications, less differentiation, a greater reliance on human judgment. Believe it or not, it's relying human judgment is more important than ever before.
Well, I think so. That's right. The human touch is so important and has been, and we are in the people business. So I don't think that will ever really go away. So, what are you seeing that really is on the good side of AI?
Well, what good today looks like is three things. First is smarter screening. That's proof-based questions instead of just resume scanning. Consistent checks between the resume and the conversations. Kind of figuring out what's right and what may be expanded upon um, on the resumes. An early human touch point. Short calls outperform automation every time. You will learn more from a short conversation than the automation. The automation can do a lot of neat things, but it can't measure intent
No.
and it can't measure interest and it can't measure veracity.
Well, that's right. And really,
And 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 that I'm sorry. And then number two is faster engagement. So first is smart screening, then faster engagement. Rapid, sorry about that, rapid follow up, shorter screening cycles, clear expectations early in the process. So that's part of the faster engagement. And the third thing out of the three, which is smarter screening, faster or more rapid engagement, and the last one is better validation. Focus on the outcomes, ownership and decision making, less emphasis on polish, more on substance.
well, that's right. I mean, it's all human. We want to make sure it's a real person and how are they going to really interact on a day-to-day basis. So, what are the real results that recruiters and really hiring managers, companies, how are they really seeing that everyday results from all that AI process really coming in and changing?
I'm going to answer. It's interesting because I've been doing some research for another book that the next book I'm writing. So there's some of these projects or research that's out there that kind of come to mind. Number one, Indeed reporting a significant increase in applications per role as AI tools become more widely used by job seekers. The Harvard Business Review noted that AI improves presentation, but it does not improve underlying competence. So it's the surface is fine as far as AI improving the presentation on the surface side, but when they dig deep down, underlying competence that AI doesn't. That there's concerns about recruiters. I'm sorry, the AI does improve the presentation, but it doesn't improve underlying competence. Uh, a LinkedIn highlights what was it? A rising recruiter concern around application volume and candidate authenticity. I think the key is AI accelerates the job search activity, but it weakens differentiation. It makes the recruiter's judgment more important than ever, not less.
Well, that's right. Because what you're doing is you're getting more resumes, but that doesn't mean that they're better resumes.
Absolutely. So AI doesn't make better candidates, it makes faster applications. And recruiters are now seeing more resumes.
Well, it seems to me that the role of the recruiter plays in that whole process really it's becoming more important than ever to look at resumes and help their clients really decide for what is good, what is real, and who's going to do the best job. So, yeah,
AI here you pointed out is hiring the best candidates become more important than ever. And that is the real key point, no matter which way you go. AI handles speed and volumes, but recruiters add value through judgment, validation, and trust. And that's something that's hard for AI to do, the validation and the trust.
well, yeah, it sounds like the role of the recruiter is changing. It's not going away. It's going to be changing.
When applying takes seconds, commitment drops. Therefore, early human contact matters more than now than ever before.
Well,
That's my thought.
well, and
I,
I agree with you.
I'm going to leave you. It's funny. I know. I want to tell you this story. I think you'll find it interesting. There was a recruiting buddy of mine out of Chicago sent me a Instagram post or one of these posts, and it was somebody's spouse was, I don't know, maybe an attorney or something in the legal field, and they were playing on the piano. It was a video of it was a vignette or a post. They were playing on the piano, and they were literally uh, rhyming and telling a story of their spouse who is an attorney and they're looking for a job and what they would be good at and whether it's private sector, public sector, and all these key words that they were doing, all those key words that they were doing. And I'm sitting there saying, I never would have thought in all the years that we've been doing it that somebody would write a short kind of video, uh, you know, uh, a video song, a video and song about their spouse or significant other or somebody they knew they were close to, creating a job to promote them for the job. Now, it it would have been fine if it was a entertainment, but it was in what was considered, I think, still the legal profession is still a very high. Uh, I don't know if that kind of medium would make an impact to a decision maker positively, maybe negatively. I don't know if it'd be positive, but it made me think of how now people are doing things a little different to get themselves exposed or get themselves noticed to hiring authorities. So it really interesting. So thank Al Meyer for that. That was fantastic to share that with me. So
Well, maybe she needs AI to make it a little bit more professional. That's maybe that's she needs to do a little bit more research on really her job
maybe,
title
maybe.
and doing that way. Well, Henry, thank you. It's good to hear you just reiterate the importance of recruiters in the job search process and how AI may be changing it, but it certainly is not going to take over the rule of the role of really the recruiter. So it's really now recruiters are more important than ever. So if somebody has any questions or they'd like to talk to you, how can they get in touch with you?
They can call me at Sales Recruiters 603-894-0007, extension 215. You can reach out to me on LinkedIn, Henry Glickel, and I'm at Sales Recruiters. My email is henry at Sales Recruiters. I'm on Facebook if you want. You'll on Facebook you'll see some posts from Sales Recruiters, but mostly you'll see posts of my family shelties. That's basically what you'll see on Facebook. But on LinkedIn, you'll see a lot more articles and content that's related to recruiting and talent acquisition. So, yep, email henry at socialrecruiters.com. My phone number is 603 770. I'm sorry, 603 894 0007 extension 215. And and you can connect with me on LinkedIn, follow me, and follow Sales Recruiters on LinkedIn and Facebook.
Perfect.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Now,
Well,
Judy, thank you. This is another informative and very deep, thoughtful session. Thank you for bringing great questions to the table.
well, thank you, Henry, and thank really everyone for watching. Just Ask Judy. Please like and share this YouTube channel, and also send me your thoughts and your comments. I want to know what you're interested in and what we can be talking about that is going to affect your business. So anyway, thank you and subscribe, and we appreciate everyone watching. Thank you.
Thank you, Judy.